Welcome to Stage 7 of the Giro d'Italia, looking at two survivors of the early breakaway in Diana Stephenson and Caterina Beltran. They were joined by a third rider, that was Jamal Safari, but he has been dropped on the previous climb. So these are the last two riders, and they lead by around 30 seconds over the charging peloton. And there they are, being led by Euskaltel, Euskadi, Castelli, and AlphaTauri. So the break is going to get swept up, and we'll get another sprint finish today. But there is a change in the King of the Mountains competition because Diana Stephenson won both of those categorized climbs, and she will become the new leader ahead of Elijah Johnson. And that is well deserved because she has worked a lot harder for those points than Johnson has by getting in these early breakaways. And she has been swept up by the field. And now the focus shifting to the sprinters and their teams in lead-out trains. And you see Castelli already amassing riders towards the front. Their strategy very clear since the first road stage of the Giro on day 2, when they sent all their riders to the front, put down the hammer, and sent Davide Lagana to an emphatic stage win to get his first win of the season. They've tried a couple more times doing that, but it hasn't quite worked, but another opportunity on stage 7. In the meantime, Johnny Valters still content in this group. Barring a real spectacular circumstance, he should be the race leader tonight unless Hippolyte Toutain somehow manages to win the stage and Valters finishes outside the top 3. But I find that very unlikely. Valters looks like he's going to take that jersey into the mountains. We're looking at Superchak Chirativat here, a sprinter who has not gotten going in the Giro yet. No stage wins, and in fact I don't think he's even finished inside the top 3 on any stage at all. That is a big disappointment for VeloTour. They need him to score points, and when you have the fastest sprinter in the world, you kind of expect him to be up there in the sprint stages. It has not gone according to plan for the VeloTour team, and they need to start making up for it on stage 7. Heinrich Kromer as well for AlphaTauri, no wins yet. And with the team in the thick of the title chase trying to catch up to Kyoto, Kromer needs to start picking up some stage wins. Under 5Ks to go now, and VeloTour finally in control of a flat stage of the Giro. I think that was Jerome Moikin just doing his turn there, but he's peeled off. Down to 3 men with 3Ks to go. And they're launching the lead out way too early. Germuni has gone for it. And it really hasn't worked at all. Maybe they tried to catch them by surprise, but now Chirativat, he's got to go himself. A very long sprint from the finish. He's trying to hold them off. But he's going to fade, and through the chasing pack, Miroslav Kostra emerges and takes a second stage win in this Giro d'Italia. Well, VeloTour just set it up for everyone else except for themselves in the end there, and Kostra of Sismic is going to profit and pick up another stage win. And these teams in the middle of the pack of the team standings, being Sismic, Euskaltel, Euskadi, and Jupiler, they're really fighting for a top 5 place here in the VeloTour, and that's going to give Sismic a big boost in their ambitions. And it looks like the main peloton, featuring most of the top riders, finished around a minute and a half behind the group of sprinters that broke away. So that ferocious lead up by VeloTour, although not successful in winning the stage, has forced a split in the field, and it looks like the sprinters will move up in the general classification. But in the meantime, let's look at the stage standings now. Miroslav Kostra is the winner, Mario Mazziota of Hackett in 2nd place, Rebel Nagasi 3rd, Kasper Bosmans 4th, Superchak Chirativat only manages 5th place, Heinrich Kromer in 6th, then Banabi, Lagana, Kitetsu, and Robillard in the top 10. Johnny Valters was 11th place in the same time as the first 10 riders, so he will keep his race lead. In the main peloton, being led by Dimitris Zionis and Josephine Udebaya, finished 1 minute 21 seconds behind that group of sprinters, so the sprinters will move up in the overall standings. And speaking of the overall standings, here they are with Johnny Valters again at the top of the leaderboard. He will take that jersey into the mountain stage tomorrow. I don't expect him to wear it after stage 8, but he's had a great run in the Maglia Rosa. Kostra is now up into 2nd place, Nagasi now 3rd, and many of the other sprinters making their way into the top 10. In regards to the riders we expect to contend for overall victory, the first of those riders is Hippolyte Toutain in 11th place, 1 minute 30 seconds behind. Manuel Navarro down in 19th at 1 minute 40 seconds. And for the most part, they're all still very close together on time. In the points classification, no meaningful change in the ordering of the standings, but Miroslav Kosher has really closed the gap on Johnny Valters. That stage win could loom large, and we could see Valters' lead start to shrink over the next few stages. Diana Stephenson, now the leader in the mountains classification, leads by 10 points over Elijah Johnson, but she will have a big battle on her hands to defend that lead tomorrow because there are a lot of points on the course. And VeloTour have taken the lead in the team classification thanks to the split in the field. They had 2 riders up there in the front group, and that's enough to overhaul Kyoto and AlphaTauri for the lead. So that frenetic sprint finish will be a big disappointment for manager Jay and his VeloTour team, but another chance tomorrow for that team because they have a great climber and a very difficult mountain stage that they can go out and try and win. And we should see the general classification turn upside down, perhaps a new leader, and the first real battle for the general classification contenders in this Giro d'Italia. So it should be an entertaining stage, and we're looking forward to bringing you the race. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.